Welcome to the Andover Community Center. It's a matinee on a Saturday afternoon here on QCTV. Joe Ruland along with the Jim Child. And the Huskies come into the mark of 4-10-0, taking on a Maple Grove squad with a mark of 7-6-1. And Jim, these two teams are not familiar at all with these types of records at this time of the year.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say that they weren't familiar with each other, and they had. I mean, this is like two brothers in the backyard getting after it. But yeah, absolutely. Both are feeling their way through the beginning part of the season. Great news. Andover, 4 of the last 5, they've got wins, and they're heading into a little bit. I don't want to say the strength of schedule goes down a little bit for the Huskies, and then of course Maple Grove has played a tough schedule as well, and like you said, they're not used to being it, but they're going to be in the sectional final or close to it. Same with the Huskies.
Just a moment ago, you saw the goalie between the pipes here for Maple Grove is Zach Price, 6 foot, 160-pound senior, save percentage of .897, and a goals against of 2.74 between the pipes. For the Huskies, no surprise, he's been outstanding this whole season. The 6'3", 175-pound junior, and Cash Truitt, a 2.48 goals against, and we're underway. We dropped the puck. It's, of course, the Crimson in moving right to left, trying to put some pressure on right off the face-off, but now working it up towards center ice, turning the puck over after the check with Andover and sent back behind for Cash Truitt to pick up there. This one lifted, bounces over the top of the blue line, settles around the logo, and crossing center ice there and firing it in was Miller for Maple Grove. Pitched up ahead, Sauer near side. He's been trending. He's been hot, scoring some goals. That's one up there for Coe. Coe has his stick obstructed there and unable to get anything on it, lifted back, and both teams coming out with some speed here, Jim.
Yeah, good skating as what we plan on seeing anyways, and we'll see some really good defense tonight as well. Blue lines are both strong.
That starting lineup was all seniors, at least up front and on the defense for Maple Grove. Behind a backhand, nice pad save through some traffic, but a sweeping backhand that time by Rouchet. Nice save by Truitt, back again for another chance, but pickpocketed and stopped in front of the goal. There by Andover, they work it up near, get the deflection. Rogers waits at the blue line for the teammates to get on side, and he fires it back behind. Good pressure now coming in by Andover as they try to bracket it, that puck. Lifting the head, and so goes the stick for the Huskies at the red line, and now picked up with a loose puck and trying to send it in deep there was Picanato on defense for the Crimson. Good pace, good active, just still trying to get that adrenaline kind of out of their system right now. Reversing ice, midboard. Here's shot that goes to the far and opposite corner, settled there in the corner. Trying to get at it again is Barber. Now picked up by Albet. Albet had it. Now a shot scores. Oh, from the strangers of Eagles, right on the doorstep. Looking for that tip of the goal. That'll go to number 19, Johnny Hicks. Just his second of the season.
Let's see what happens here. It looks like, I don't know what it deflected off. It looked like Cash had a good line on it, and somehow it got past him.
I had thought Barber maybe got
because it ended up bar down almost.
But that puck did not stay in that same force and route that it looked like it had from our angle here. It went northward bound just under the crossbar. And now an early 1-0 lead here for the Crimson. Even strength goal. Crimson on the season, that's just their 39th goal of the season. They have surrendered 39 goals as well. Meanwhile, for the Huskies, they come in as a team that has been outscored 38-35, very uncommon. Ironic enough, Jim, those 3 extra goals were the 3 they lost in overtime.
Yes, good point on that. They have been in just about every game they've played, and probably the toughest schedule in.
Sauer lowers his shoulder on a check there, now regains control of the puck, loses his edge, tries to forward it ahead there to a teammate. Held in just inside. Rogers with a good look. A good shot, but carried out. 3-on-2 numbers now for Crimson. They need to reset behind the blue line, or they would have been whistled for the offside. Pruitt comes out to play the puck. As Andover tries to move it up and come out clean, and I'll tell you, Crimson's doing a great job and not allowing the Huskies to come out very clean at all.
No, it's pretty much one and done. Once they get into their zone, they're able to clear that rebound off any shot that comes in.
Sauer has it now. A couple of defenders waiting. He's going to try to circle behind her, put a shot in. Making that. It was a hard shot that came up top near that collarbone, but the save was made. 13.5 just underway first period. Law sets it up back behind and back to his defensive partner. Now Langfield picks it up. Langfield with that nice hattie against Anoka. Backhand now along the board. Here they come, slithering down. A good drop, but it's picked up there by Andover, hustling back. Near the blue line, Babineau had it momentarily and has it right back again now. An active first period. Just the one goal this far. Just 2 shots on goal as the Huskies haven't been credited, but they had the one goal that was made already on the shot by Sauer. So, Jim, these two teams know each other so well. You got to enjoy, though, the interactions and the appreciation and respect the coaches have for one another.
Yeah, and you and I both had a chance to talk to Todd Berglund, one of the nicest, probably one of the nicest coaches and involved. I saw him coming as the JV came out for the third period. He's fist bumping every single member of the JV as they came out. Come on, let's go get it. Calling him by name. Really, that's the kind of guy you want to play for. And of course, we know Coach Manny's one of the best in the state.
Again, these two teams, just 2 times they typically meet every season, but this would be the last probably for that team. Heading to the late conference is Maple Grove. 12.5 collision behind in that. Now trying to push his way on. Crimson tough on that blue line, and now they break out, and this is Abbott. Abbott across the blue line there, a hard wrister and a stick save to the corner. Holding at that far point. Now keeping it, reversing it off, this time to Steenerson. That is Charlie, his older brother. Played 3 years also with Maple Grove and now playing at Vermont. Moving it up near side, over skating is Sanders. He has to go back to get it, and when he does, they lose possession back to the Crimson. And the Crimson burp it right up onto the stick there. Coe looks to battle his way through a couple. And now coming back the other way. This is Abbott. Abbott gains the line, tries to split the defense. He does not. The puck does, and the puck is on the stick of Andover. And here comes Sauer once again. Full throttle, moving in. Coe, little pass in front, gets the rebound. In that slot, unable to cash it in. A spinning puck on the edge. And the Huskies unable to get their first. Crimsons were, and they sent it length of the ice.
What a great pass by Coe right onto the stick, and just as KJ Sauer was cutting in, could not get the rebound, get the shot deflected or moved. But excellent job, good chemistry on this line.
Huskies, we mentioned 4-10, but just after Christmas, that was a huge win over Rosemont. They took that one 6-1 of Rister here by Rogers.
Well, Rosemont came in undefeated. That was their first loss. In fact, their only loss so far this season.
Huskies have won 4 of their last 5. And now a chance to kind of stack it. They put up a nice win versus Centennial. Controlling the cross and whistle for the offside was the Crimson.
I like how Rogers kind of stepped up and tried to, intercept that pass, create an opportunity, and it just went awry and landed on the stick of the Crimson. But that was enough to create an offsides. So nice job by Casey Rogers.
Yeah, and that 3-1 win over Centennial. Sauer, Sanders, and Babineau all scored. Sauer also added an assist during that win. Then it was a hat trick in the 6-0 win over Anoka. A hat trick collected. There's some action picked up on that hat trick by Langfield.
Rickley's going to go for a penalty. He had a trip there. Almost could have been a knee, which would have been a 5 minutes, possibly.
Huskies get a look at their first penalty kill here this afternoon. They come in with an 86% clip success rate on the penalty kill. Here's the unusual side for them. They've also surrendered 6 shorthanded goals on the power play, but we'll get to that, and hopefully we don't have to see it today.
I think nice 3 of them came against Moorhead. As I think you and I both did that game, and that was a tough one.
Losing the edge, and Huskies get possession. Trying to gain that line, but losing the edge in the possession of the puck. Here comes the Crimson. Crimson back now, and they are at 28% success on that power play, and Huskies reject entrance into the zone. Matriculating his way through, and Picanato takes it to the corner, but it's lofted up over the tip of the glass. In fact, caught the edge of the glass and stayed in, forcing the Crimson back behind the net. South of 10 to play here, opening period, and still 105 on the man advantage for the Crimson. They get it in, quick release, back out again. Huskies have an answer every time. The Crimson have brought that puck in here on the first power play of the game. Pass in deep, drops it back now to the far point, skating half board. Eyeing it up on the chase, Coe up front. Little quick passes, tape to tape, good shot, glove save, wow. A pure glove save that time by Cash Cruitt. Some good passing up on top.
Yeah, it was, and the key to that was the fact that Cruitt had no one in front of him. They were able to move as Sanders was able to get Leafblad out of the field of vision for Cruitt.
Kuznick leads the team with 3 power play goals. Number 22, he's on the corner now. Now to the corner in the back. Abbott has it to the corner. 25 seconds left on the man advantage. Crimson already with a 1-0 lead. Trying to add here. Huskies doing a good job of sealing off any opportunities. Hold it inside the blue line here. A little weave, gets it back. Kuznick with the shot deflected. Finds its way to the corner. Stiernason back again to that far point. Weave in the corner again, still with the puck. Is Abbott, goes to the front. Now back again to Abbott, drops it. Gets a look here is Kuznick. Shot from the dot. No, the pass from the dot directed back near the front of the goal. Back at full strength is Andover, and scoring just seconds after they got back to full strength. The Crimson, and they take a 2-0 lead with 8:37 to play in this first period.
Yeah, Steenerson got it, turned around, and just whipped it right on, and looked like it went right through the 5-hole for, as you would say, under the garage door of Cash Cruitt.
Good pressure. Sometimes there's that little thought of just relaxing a bit after the team gets back to even strength, but
it looks like it might actually been, I'm sorry, Joe, but it might have been deflected off a Husky. Wonder on a break,
it
we
sure
can see
looked that way.
That same view again.
Yep, well, you're right. They give the goal to Steenerson, as they would, but it was, I think you're right, Jim, deflected by one of the Husky players out front. You don't usually see that 5-hole that wide open on Cash Cruitt anywhere there. 8 now, chance to counter, trying to reciprocate at least one of the goals to cut the deficit in half is Andover. Back now, the Huskies. Here's off the board, and again, just coming out clean has been a challenge with this Crimson team, who really is picking it up a notch speed-wise. Rogers gets in, now goes coast to coast, rolls off of his stick, and it goes on goal, and making the save was Price.
Joe, the season series, we were talking before the broadcast about the season series, not the season, but the total series. Pretty close, isn't it?
It is, 11-9. I took it back from 2014 to this year, which would be the 2014-2025 season. And they have met 20 times. Glove save, saw it all the way, but looking for a rebound there, Sauer. But it is Maple Grove who has an 11-9 lead in the last 10 years of the series. That's just in league play, but they're always competitive. There's been years where the Huskies had won 3 in a row, 4 in a row. The ironic part, Jim, is that the number 4 figures into a lot of that scoring. In fact, of those 20 games, the number 4 has been one of those goals in consistent numbers in 12 of those 20 games. 4-0, 4-2, 6-4, my height. And so we'll see if that number 4 arrives someplace here on the score tonight as the Huskies try to get things going. Good afternoon for some hockey.
Yes, absolutely. And, the Huskies, we had a chance, and we'll talk a little later about this, but taking a look at the seedings and where they're at in the section, and that really is the most important. And to be honest, the Huskies are looking good so far as that goes.
Also looking forward to that Grand Forks game coming as they come to town here in the next week to take on Andover. That might be one of those section teams we'll get into more details in at a later time. Gathering in almost a 2-on-1 opportunity if they could have settled the puck. It was Kuznick, but now the Huskies just try to lift it beyond the blue line. Defenders are there. That's Miller, cross ice. Carry in this time by Rouchet, but now back out. Here's a chance for some speed coming from Peterson. Flies one, goes far post. A nice pad save by Price. Quickly back out, reciprocating the brush. And a look, shot over the top. That one, that was a laser. Carried back, hard off the glass and running along the boards and all the way back out. And hey, Crimson just reload and put it right back in again, putting the Huskies on their heels early here in this first period. Moving to the slot, now a drop pass. Top of the face-off circle. That goes through a lot of sticks and skates, but it finds its way to the opposite corner. Now battling at the blue line. Ticked and put down low. Law will be there for Andover. South of 6 minutes to play in this opening period. A Northwest Suburban Conference. And now a race to the puck. Babineau's going to try to get there. Sticking out there just in time was Price. He had the bigger stick. He got there first. And now at the dot, recircling. Bringing it right back up again for some more pressure. Come the Crimson. Dropping back, and that's Babineau again. Freezing the puck will be Price with 5:32 to go.
Yeah, so Maple Grove coming off a win over Blaine 2-0. Blaine now in not in Section 7 anymore; they're in Section 5. So a cross section game. Tied Totino 0-0, and they lost to Benil 3-4. So they had some pretty stiff competition over the last 3 games.
Giacomini taking the draw. Rogers with the shot hits traffic. Does not get beyond the face-off circle. He sends it near the blue in front. This one flutters high and over. Now a race to the puck. Who's going to get there first? Shadowing quickly behind and closely as well as Ovid for the Crimson. Hops the stick of the defense, and Huskies go to the corner. Trying to battle it up and pin it away. Thackeray waiting for a pass near that face-off circle, holding the zone. Nice job by Johansson. Johansson waiting for another round, but this time the Crimson will just carry out. Get across center ice, and Braid dumps it in. That line will finish up a line change. Side is Steenerson. Charlie Steenerson, 6'5", 200 pounds. A junior. Big shot coming in, Thackeray, but a save is stick to the opposite corner. A chance for Kuznick now, breaking it off, getting a Thackeray up, and a score again as Crimson has rang the bell 3 times and have a 3-0 lead here in this first period, but it was Kuznick that time that got a friendly, juicy bounce.
Yeah, he certainly did. Landed right on his stick as he came into the zone. 3 Huskies chasing him. Goes right to the forehand over the glove of Pruitt. And not the start the Huskies were hoping for.
Wow. Unbelievable speed as Kuznick this year now leads the Crimson in goals. He has 9 this season. He just took off on ice. It's going to be whistled here on the Huskies. An early 3-0 deficit in play here. And I just couldn't believe the rockets that he had, and he just burst ahead.
Yeah, he certainly did. And there you got a chance to see the Andover bench, including Coach Mark Manny in his, I believe it was his 14th year. 16th year. I'm sorry, Mark. You look younger than what what I thought.
He absolutely does. And he's in mostly black today.
Yes. He's got his sniper hat on.
Sat behind, deflects into the crowd and through the hands of a spectator. He'll reset for exactly left here in this first period. The Huskies have been chasing here in this first period.
Yeah, they have, and you can see some of the frustration come out as there's a happy little guy with the puck. Like, 22s were exchanging words right outside the Husky bench. Kuznick and Keaton Co.
And they exchange ices here. The Huskies winning 4 of their last 5. It's been impressive. They're kind of starting to get it going at that Rosemount game right after Christmas on the 26th. You kind of hope that was that trigger. And they had that win, and they picked up another win, a 3-1. Took a loss, but then the last 2 wins against Anoka and Centennial, 6-0 and 3-1. At least they've been getting some more goals, which kind of gets that mindset going as well.
They've been very good defensively.
You mentioned earlier they have lost 3 in overtime. Rick Lee to the corner now. Sets it back up. Just inside the blue line. Whistled here off the net. Bounce in the corner. This one's lifted back again to Rogers. We'll break up there in front of the Crimson bench. And now ahead again. Jim, you and I had a chance to call that state championship game between these two teams. Northwest Suburban Conference foes. When the Huskies won that state championship, and it was unbelievable, the speed, the pace of that game.
You're right, and I think these two programs will be forever linked because of that game, and I think I think right now would rank number 1 as far as most exciting and best championship games in the history of Minnesota State high school hockey.
Yeah, we were also talking before the game that, especially with head coach Todd Berglund, about the players now at D1. We'll talk about that in a second. Here's Nick Stoppage, sent to corner now and trying to work it up along the near side. Penalty coming up on the Crimson. Lifting it back again. Cash out of net. Extra attacker is on. Huskies move it in across center ice. Langen gets it back again. Still has a look, finally a touch there by Steenerson, and we'll get ourselves a face-off in 2:35 left in this first period, and a chance here for the Huskies to cut into that deficit.
Power play right now for the Huskies, 19.2%. They're 10 out of 52. What's impressive is 52 is a pretty large number as far as power plays. They've been able to draw quite a few penalties. So good opportunity for the Huskies to see if they can cut this deficit before the end of the first bell. Braid
is whistled for that penalty. On the penalty kill, 82% this year for the Crimson. Then they come into the mark of 7-6 Andover at 4-10, but it's all about starting to hit that momentum trend as you get to this part of the season now. Some of those holiday tournaments are over. Coach Mark Manny had said, boy, our first 12 to 14 games are going to be a handful this year, and he's been right. But now you want to see him kind of hit that trail as they get ready for postseason play here just a few weeks away. In fact, the last game of the regular season for Andover is on February 13th. Less than about a month away here. So
we were here for the girls game a couple nights ago, and they literally have 6 games left on the season, and it's we're just at the 10th of January. It's incredible how fast the season's gone.
Whistle back, a nice win that night for the Andover girls. 1:33 remaining. On the man advantage, Sauer rings it along the board. looks for Peterson. He's in the opposite corner now and holding the zone. Nice play. Quick wrister. Goes over the top and squeaks out of the glove that time of Price. Just behind the goal. He lost it there for a minute. Now
they got another penalty coming up.
Hold on that side. And now they get the whistle. So a two-man advantage about to come the way for Andover with 1:09 still left on the first penalty.
Yeah, as Jonathan Hicks will go. He cried on a cross check right on that. So see if the Huskies can get something loaded up on and get at least one goal out of this before they get to the first break.
As you mentioned, Huskies starting to get at it. In fact, some key critical power play goals during their last 5 games, including the 4 wins that they've had, and trying to get that all set. Not able to win the faceoff or hold the zone. Huskies now bring it up. It's near side to Sauer. Sauer again brings it along the board there to Babineau. Babineau sets it up to the point. Everything kind of filtering through that. Nato looking for the one-timer, was a little inside, so he had to bring it back out again. Nato over the cross. Sauer, tic-tac, no! As they had a chance. Langfield couldn't get his stick on that puck, but it was certainly open on that back door. Here's a blast. There's a rebound. Another save. Kicks back out. Crimson try to flutter the puck out. Nice job of holding the zone by Nato. Circling with it. Still battling for it. Finally now carried out this time by Abbott. Golden opportunity there. 5 seconds left on the two-man advantage. Sauer again carries in. Drops this one. Langfield whistles one. And a save is secured there by Price, with just 2 seconds left on the two-man advantage and 36 seconds left in this first period.
Yeah, look at this flurry right out in front. As actually, this is a shot from Langfield, and just no rebound given up by Price. Nice job by Price, especially with KJ Sauer just trolling right around that crease.
Langfield will take the draw, as Leafblad will for the Crimson. Just a one-player advantage right now as the Huskies win this face-off. Traffic comes around looking for the puck. He can't find it, but they blow the whistle. And Price was scurrying that head, spinning it around, trying to find that puck. And finally, he got the whistle from the official.
Well, I tell you what, I have coached Chase Nadeau in baseball. He is absolutely one of the best hand-eye coordinations I have seen, and he knows how to adjust on a shot, so that's why he's right at that point.
Nato. A shot, scores! Nato, a laser. That was a bottle rocket. He unleashed that and a much-needed power play goal to cut this deficit now to 3-1 for Andover with 21 seconds left in the first period.
You were right, Joe. It was a rocket, laser, whatever you want to call it, but it just about ripped the back of the net off. And nothing, absolutely nothing that Price could do. He even had a clear field of vision. It was just a great shot by Chase.
Got a chance to dial it up. A great pass, too, because it didn't come inside, lock him up. And that was a laser with some serious velo. And the Huskies, a much-needed power play goal. Now 3-1. Picking it up. Here's just seconds left. Peterson gets in. He'll take a whistler, and it goes over the top of the goal. A rising wrister by Peterson could not connect. And the Crimson lift this puck to center ice, and the first period is in the book, but not without some pressure and maybe some momentum shift at 3-1.
Absolutely. Great job by the Huskies to get a little momentum, capitalize on a penalty, and we're going to have an excited second period coming up, Joe.
Join us, QCTV Sports Presentation, Saturday matinee at the Andover Community Center, second period, coming your way.
Happy holidays, Andover!
Did you see the tree light?
Did you see her turn on the tree?
That was so fun!
The city of Andover is in the middle of a meter changeout program. We are working mainly right now from the 1987 to meters in houses that were built in 2000. So that's the year built of the house. This is an example of what are in our older homes. It's an old brass-bodied meter. This one's taken apart already. And these older meters, this is what makes how the meter counts. So it has moving parts in it, and as the meter gets older, it'll start making noise. It'll make this ticking noise, which can be very annoying for residents mainly when irrigation's running higher flow amounts. And these older meters have this screen in them, and over many years, there's small holes in there. They can start to get plugged up, and you'll start to notice decreased pressure in your home. So that's part of the reason we're changing out too. This is the meter head that counts the flow going through the house. And these old meters, the technology only allowed the meter to count in 1,000 gallons. If you were able to look at this, you would see the single gallons, but when it would actually talk to our radio, this is an example of the new meter we're putting in houses now. And this is the radio that would talk to this meter or an old meter. The difference between the new and the old being this one would talk in 1 gallons, the old meter would talk in 1,000 gallons. May not seem like a big difference, but when we are able to talk in that 1 gallon, we're able to get an alert, say your house is continuing to use 100 gallons an hour, 200 gallons an hour, never goes to zero. That, with our system, it would give us an alert saying, hey, this house on 154th Lane has never stopped using water for the last 24 hours. We would be able to go through our records and try to notify the homeowner by an email or a phone number. If we can't get a hold of anyone and it looks like it's a lot, we would send someone out just to investigate. Say someone's gone on vacation in the winter and the worst happens, a pipe breaks, we would be able to at least try to shut the water off to mitigate any further damage from happening to that house.
So far, they have changed over 1,600 water meters and hope to change out about 3,600 water meters in total. They will continue the process next winter to reach that goal.
The new plastic meters, I don't know if the camera will show it, but it's straight through. There's no moving parts. There's nothing in here to make noise. It's just a chamber that goes straight through with like 2 magnets that are sending a little magnetic field through that stream of water. That's how we're able to, get our reading. So no things to click or make noise or, annoy anyone in the middle of the night when the irrigation turns on. So that's kind of an overview of our meter change-out program and some of the reasons why we're doing that.
If you have questions about your water meter or to set up a time to change your meter, you can contact Andover City Hall.
Tonight we're here at the Anoka County Sheriff's Office and we're collecting donations, both supplies and cash, to support an organization called Hope for Youth. It's an organization we've partnered with for many years to help bring an end to housing insecurity for youth here in the Metro.
Hope for Youth is a nonprofit, and we have been around for only 12, 13 years, but we are here committed to ending youth homelessness. We do that by providing pathways that truly end their experience of being on the streets. This is our 9th year that we are working with the community to raise funds and receive donations. It is it's a chilly night for us. We do it every November because we want the community to be thinking about what would it be like if I was out in the cold.
I would imagine a lot of the folks who are watching QCTV right now are probably doing so on their couch, in their warm living room, or in their stable housing and home. And when we see youth that are struggling, one of the things we see is they don't have a base. And I can't imagine trying to build a life or build a future without having that security of a warm, safe place to live. Kids that don't feel safe, they struggle. And that's why we're here trying to intervene on the front end so that they're not struggling.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
This year, we've expanded to 3 locations. We're here at the Anoka County Sheriff's Office. We also are taking donations at our Hope for Youth Center right in Anoka, right off of 4th Street. As well as the Blaine Police Department is rallying. They're out in the cold tonight at the Tom Ryan Park. We welcome all. We are here and we want to be a support system to you. We have no judgment. You don't need an appointment to come to our facility in Anoka. We also have a transitional housing facility, Hope Place, by which those that are ready for independent living, we're ready to open those doors for you as well.
We used to use the fancy trailer, but now it's official. And I'm like, oh my gosh, where do you stop? Right?
I want to say thank you to the community. We would not be able to do what we do. The lives wouldn't be changed if our community partners, our community friends didn't come beside us. So thank you.
We are Midwest Animal Rescue and Services, aka MARS. We are committed to serving both pet and parent, finding homes for animals that were once lost, left behind, and forgotten, while bringing harmony and enhancing education in our community. We started in 2006 and have a 98% adoption success rate. With the help of our community and people like you, Mars has saved over 21,000 animals. All of our animals live in foster homes as family members. Once they get adopted and go home, they stay home. We have a nonprofit veterinary clinic and dog obedience training services. We are actively supporting both ends of the leash, both people and pets, breaking down barriers and building community. Visit our website, www.midwestanimalrescue.org, to learn more and join our Mars community today.
The Andover Community Center. A beautifully renovated building is ready for your next adventure.
So yeah, we're coming up on our 20th anniversary here later this summer. For the ice arena, the facility as a whole, including the YMCA, opened, it'll be 20 years next summer. But yeah, early on in the planning process, the city got together with the YMCA and formed a partnership. So not only do we have our gymnasiums and the 2 ice rinks and walking track, multiple community rooms that are all operated by the city, but then the YMCA has all the fitness, the studios, the pools, obviously all those programs that YMCAs do, and I think it's fair to say it's been a very successful partnership here for coming up on 20 years.
From the growing popularity of pickleball to the walking track, the Andover Community Center offers plenty of activities to suit your needs.
Yeah, so just here about 4 years ago, we did a big expansion, added our second sheet of ice, which includes a walking track on the second level, added another gymnasium, multiple community rooms again. But yeah, again, going back to maybe the early folks that designed the building before I was here, you're right, we get a lot of compliments. The black concrete floors, all of the wood beams, all the woodwork through the building. We work really hard as a staff to maintain all these spaces. We took opportunity here this spring actually to do a fair amount of updates. Going on 20 years, it was time to refinish floors and do a lot of painting and that type of stuff. But yeah, it's certainly a beautiful building. You know, we take a lot of pride in the community center here. It's a beautiful facility. I would encourage anybody that's maybe not made it in here to just stop in, visit our information desk. We can take you on a tour, be happy to show you all of the schedules, all the activities, and really just all the opportunities that the community center has, both for residents and non-residents. Also our partnership with the Y, you can stop and visit their desk, talk about Y memberships and all the great programs they run as well. So definitely come and see us. Fun Fest is coming up here in just a few weeks, and that's a great opportunity if you're going to be on the grounds for Andover Fun Fest. Make your way over to the community center. It's a good spot to come cool off a little bit, grab some concessions, whatever you need, and come visit us.
Food insecurity touches millions, leaving countless families unsure where their next meal will come from. It's a daily struggle affecting health, focus, and well-being. Cole with Anoka County Public Health here. You should know that this is a challenge we can meet together. By supporting local food shelves, starting community gardens, and learning about national food programs, we can turn the tide against hunger. Every can donated, every dollar given, every hand extended in help makes a difference. Let's unite to ensure no one has to go to bed hungry in our communities. Together, we can end food insecurity. Reach out, get involved, and make an impact at goanokacounty.org.
Second period just about to start here at the Andover Community Center, but it is a look at the first period as a team that has just scored 38 goals, put up 3 in the first period. That a quick one from the near point.
Yeah, and then a power play goal came on from Steenerson, and then another breakaway goal. Great scoring and a great finish by Kavat.
That was almost a jailbreak breakaway that time, and good one-timer buried. I think that was a slap shot, a one-timer that was pure at the speed of sound.
Yes,
that thing broke the sound barrier. Just a sizzle on that shot, and the goal by Nato, and that put the Huskies on the board at 3-1, a much-needed goal, Jim.
Yeah, and we'll see. Yeah, I think the Huskies, when you think about them in the games that we've done so far this year, Joe, their second period always seems to be just a little bit better. As they scored 9 goals in the first period this season. They've had 14 in the second period. Really one of their better periods, honestly. So we'll see how they come out this period, but they ended it the right way.
Dial up and check out those adjustments that have been made by both teams here at the end of that first intermission. And as I mentioned, coming into this game, the Huskies had won 4 of 5, and let's see if they can get back to their offensive ways as they get ready to drop the puck. Crimson will be moving left to right. Price in goal, and it is Cash Cruitt in goal for Andover. Face off. Pulls Rogers back, but he gives it up, trying to go short side between the post and the pad. That time was the Crimson forward and turned away. And a quick whistle thereafter. Got away that time from Rogers. He looked up, and
Steidl was right there, landed right on his stick, and that'll wake the goaltender up as he gets into the second period, just 5 seconds in, and there's they're going to bring it outside the zone for the faceoff.
Take it outside there. Hey, we start talking about the rankings, and we'll get to some of those for Class 2A, but it's starting to dial up here. As now things kind of start to matter. You got the personality of the team, and the end of the season is about a month away, so you really want to make those corrections that you can. Pack goes up front, trying to get it back here as Coe battles and trying to knock back out to center ice, nudging it ahead Andover. And There's Coe on the backhand. Leads the way through to Rogers. Rogers disrupted at the blue line. Huskies need to get back on side, and then they'll flutter the puck to the corner where it's corralled there by Steenerson, who has one of those 3 goals for the Crimson. A big-time check. That was a Sauer looking for somebody to check, and he leaned in there. And let's see if the Huskies can get a little firepower and mojo. As a result, players collide there for Crimson, and a puck just rattles off the board of the wall in back of us. Almost got Malik.
And collected by Coach Pete Anderson of the Huskies. Not cleanly, though. It wasn't a clean pick.
I think Pete Anderson is going to write a number on that puck and toss it down.
For the chuck-a puck at the end of the second period.
Absolutely.
Quite possibly, yes. Boy, what a hit by KJ Sauer on Leafblad, Joey Leafblad on that far side, and then a huge collision. It looked like one of the Crimson went off. Might have been nicked up a little bit.
Oh! In front, alone on the rebound, scores Langfeld. Picks up the loose change and makes the deposit. Oh, much needed, and the Huskies quickly back to within 1 goal with 15:55 to go in the second period.
It all starts with Nadeau, Chase Nadeau, with the shot right on to the stick, or right on Price, and goes right to Langfeld, and he buries it. I don't think Price knew even where the puck was. He had all day to stuff that one in.
He had enough time, Langfeld, to dust that puck off twice before he put it in. No one picked him up, but still good hands by Langfeld in the right spot. Really, like you said, a great shot from that point by Nadeau again. And the Huskies now just trail by a goal. Some firepower, numbers, Andover back. Babineau tries to send a pass across, gets it back, puts this one across. It hops over the blue. Now at the far point, it's controlled, sent back to the corner, and Langfeld now has it. Langfeld, goal number 7 for him on the season. Nadeau says, I feel it. He's in the zone. ITZ puts one near the net, and now the Huskies hustle back at neutral ice. Nadeau headmans at the Langfeld. Langfeld gets by, has some numbers here on the far side. A wrister goes off the shoulder and then off the glass. Price had to make that save, and the Huskies are in the midst of a buzz right now. Rick Lee tips and goes at it. It's a chance for Maple Grove trying to come out clean and reciprocate that pressure. Nice poke check away that time. Again by Nadeau to redirect to the corner. Johansson back over to Nadeau. Now Carell pushed ahead back to the corner again, and now pitchforked up into the rafters there as the Huskies try to clear it to get some fresh legs out there, and they'll reset. Back just to the right of Cash Pruitt for the face-off.
Yeah, there you can see Coach Manny right there. I'm sure he's a little happier than he did at the beginning of the period. 261 victories, 147 losses, 17 ties, and most importantly, 1 state championship.
Moving it in. Key thing there, too, you're seeing the Huskies win some of these face-offs here and get some of their. Thought there might see a penalty, but none to be called as the Huskies battle in the corner. Now a pile up coming over to help out and nudges Ovitt. Brady Ovitt, a 6'5", 215-pounder. Back again, pass nicely deflected. Working it through, Braid. Again on the stick of Ovitt, forced back out beyond the blue line, lofting it. A short hopper. Tough play. Nice shot, though, as he flop it in as Miller. But it was Cash Pruitt who secured the save. Breakout pass here is brought right back in on the deflection. And Andover's going to have to work it out. You can see they're doing a great job of forechecking. The Crimson really trapping any of those outlet passes and converging.
You're right, and there's 1 point guy, and it's creating this opportunity right here.
Shot here, good job to close up that gap by Andover. Another shot goes right off of Johansson. Both teams are at full strength, but Crimson certainly has some of the flow going right now. They're sent right back out through neutral zone, but back to pick it up there is Miller. A carry-in. Adding here, a look. Moved ahead. And back behind, trying to work and rim it along. Great job to hold the zone. Taking it deep here, Steenerson. Steenerson, 6'5", 200. I think everyone in that family is born or near that by first grade. 6'5", 200. He has a brother as well that played in the state tournament teams a couple of years back. He's at Vermont, having success there. Well, again, Huskies really just battling. It's a chance now for Sauer. Sauer first to the puck. Backhand. Sweeps the backhand. Directed back behind. The Huskies couldn't get there in the trailer roll to try to put that away. But you can see Andover had last few minutes have really had to work to get the puck out.
Yeah, they certainly have.
3-on-2 numbers for the Crimson. Snaps this one. Pulls it back. Shot. Hit the side of the net, then back will come Andover, and Sauer as he, same thing, pitchforks this one deep, takes a couple of hops over the top of the neutral zone, and the Crimson get a pass right on the blue line. Cutting in shot, score! Oh, Abbott buried that one to 6'5", 215-pounder, picked up his 6th goal of the season, and that was pure laser. Wow, did he snap that?
Yeah, he certainly did, but more importantly, what a great pass. What an outlet pass. And lands right on the stick and right over, going high on Cruitt. And Cruitt allows goal number 4.
Yeah, I mean, a great pass. Also some great mitts there by Aubet to control it. That's his 18th career goal and his 6th this season. 11.5 to go as Crimson extends that lead back to 2 goals. Key to see how the Andover squad here will respond. Langfield avoids the check. Now Rickley carries in. He's got some numbers. Tries to pass it around, but a good stretch and deflect. Now in the front. Going to have a look. Can't pull the trigger, but they will get a power play opportunity. Right on the doorstep as Babineau was dragged down, trying to pull the trigger on a shot, but he was tied up and will probably get a hook or a hold on the Crimson.
Yeah, we saw it. An excellent execution on the power play earlier, and it'll be a hook on the Crimson, but power play 1 for 2 so far.
Lucas Smith draws the hook. And the 2-minute reservation in the sin bin. 11:06 to play, second period. Back to a 2-goal lead for the Crimson. Nato drops it back. One-timer on the doorstep looking to Posh. Again, turns, fires, unable to convert. Good saves, good spots by Price. Huskies on the buzz again. Pochek now a chance here on a shorty. Shorty in, move it in, a wrister low side. Save is made, that time on the shot by Kuznick. They get another one, dial it up, but that's hit and deflected before it got to Cruitt in goal by Nato. Huskies will set it back up again, and still plenty of time, $1:20 left on the power play. Nato has it inside the blue line, works it over, deflects. Bouncing puck, settle shot, scores! The Andover Huskies have gone back to within a goal, and that was collected by number 14, Thackeray.
Yeah, good job on picking up, like a Joe call, the loose change, as that one bounced around, able to settle it by Thackeray on the far side, right into almost in the high slot, and gets it past Price.
Good looking shot, and even better, the traffic in front. And Price had to try to locate it among all those skates and sticks. By the time he did, it was by him, and the Huskies now 2 power play goals here in this game. That's critical as they can get that corrected.
Absolutely. I think that what's best is the amount of traffic out in front and the production of the traffic out in front by the Huskies.
Well, if you would have asked me the number of goals scored total between these two teams at the start of the game, I would have said maybe 7.5. But we'll hit it there. So controlled back behind, and now Andover again. When the Crimson have an opportunity, a big time check, lighting it up. Peterson took that one, absorbed that time on the check by Picanato. In the corner, Sauer comes back to let them know he's on the ice as he engaged out there with Picanato in the corner.
And we'll have offsides.
Oh, what an exchange. And I mean, these two teams fall out of bed competitive. Once they know they're playing one another, they just get at it and they play their best hockey. It's such great hockey to watch, and it'll be a shame they're not going to be in the Northwest Suburban Conference next year.
Yeah, and I think I think they'll find their way onto their onto the schedule at least one time a year, depending on what the Northwest Suburban Conference regulations are. I know they changed that about 6 years ago.
Yeah, I know. Head coach Todd Berglund, we had said, definitely we got to make room and get Andover on that schedule. Just under 9 to play. Just a 1-goal lead for Crimson, but they have a 3-on-2 splitting through. Nicely poke check there by the defense of Andover, and they usher it back up ice to the far side. Slot shot here and couldn't get everything on it. It rolled off the stick that time of the Husky forward. Back behind now, finds it to the corner. Slow to get up that time. Is the Andover forward. At neutral ice, bringing it up. Carry in, no, held out. Huskies this time will head back to the near corner to retrieve the puck. It falls off and rolls off the stick of the Husky defender. Near the end of the shift that time, Braid couldn't get the shot off, but he had a little juice. Big blast, glove save, controlled there by Cruitt. And we'll get a face-off with 8:17 here in this second period, and what a fury.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing the trend that you had mentioned earlier on that forecheck by Maple Grove. The Huskies need to figure that out. They need to either start stretching it into the neutral zone because they are getting they're just mystified right now on this forecheck by the Crimson.
Langfield on the draw. Andover wins the draw. Rickley, the freshman, tries to get around. The puck does. He's going to try to hunt it down in the corner. Off the board. A chance across. Clean out here for the Crimson. Far side is Steenerson. Brings it along the board. Andover has it. They try to clear a backhand from just inside the blue line by the Crimson. Almost set up a good as a slicer was coming right in front. Rickley gains the line, gets around, picking it up. Babineau, far side, top of the face-off circle. A wrister here, a hard shot by Law. Has that heavy shot and just floating that puck out to the blue line. The Crimson trying to straddle the line to stay onside that time. Crimson forward and Rouchet now near, down below. Just to the right. Now picked it up off the dot, the face-off dot, and Rickley has it again. Tries to bring it in. He's near the end of his shift. He'll race to the bench and then a fresh line on the fly out there for Andover. Crimson brings it along the board, and slippery sticks on display here as Cruitt tried to get back there and he didn't get time to get a stick, so he just uses his glove, stops the puck, and gets the whistle. 6:52 left, second period. 3-1 after the end of that first period. And there's been a few goals here in the second.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Cruitt, no panic at all. He dropped the stick, went right back in there. Was able to make the right decision by just freezing the puck and getting it back.
Shot here, deflects, does not make it through to Cruitt, but it's a carry out here as Coe tries to get it back. And back, there's a rush coming in, and you sizzled in. I don't know. Everyone's overskated the puck. And finally, the Crimson here just below us. Try to take it deeper. Unable to do so. It's, again, a series of pitchforks that are going up into the rafters. I'm looking to see if there's a target up there or a net where they get bonus.
They have hit about the same spot each time. So and you had mentioned, Joe, this is, no matter what, it doesn't really matter what the records are. These are two just great programs, and it's really good hockey this afternoon. You're not looking at a 4-10 team. You're looking at a very competitive, probably number 2 or 3 seed in their section.
Gotta like another face-off win there for Andover. They tried to carry in, stopped at the blue line. Could be a 2-on-1. It is a 2-on-1. Shot from the dot, the pass rather from the dot, deflected into the netting, and we'll get the face-off with 6-12.
Yeah, nice defensive work by Casey Rogers to be able to get out in front of that.
Do you know what I found this weekend?
I don't, Joe.
And I used to keep all my ticket stubs, right?
Okay.
What do we do today, by the way, with ticket stubs? I don't know.
Keep your screenshots.
Oh, hard laser that time, holding it a snipe off the face-off. Controlled there by the Crimson into the corner. They're circling again, evolving. A weave, far side. Both teams at full strength. Top of the face-off circle. They'll bring it back again and try to put that puck on the stick there. Braid circling in, and now the Huskies diffuse that opportunity, at least that possession. Back in deep, Rogers has it hard off the board. Tough to react and get that. Abbott, who scored the fourth goal for the Crimson there, ties it up at the red line, and now a long pass up. Back trailing is Matthew Johnson. Offside? No. I thought that was an offside. Moving in. Shot here. Deflects. Good job by the defense to defuse that. Now rebound. High slot. Bears coming in. Rebound. Demuse looking for the puck. It's Pruitt, and he finally will set on top of that puck and freeze it. The ticket I found, Jim, because I was going through it because you know what happened on January 7th in 1980 in hockey?
1980, January 7th. No, I don't.
I was there. I went with my oldest brother and drove up from southwest Minnesota. The Minnesota North Stars defeated the Philadelphia Flyers 7-1 on January 7th of 1980, and that snapped a 35-game win streak by the Flyers. And there's more history beyond that, but I'll just leave it at that. And this whole week I've been just reliving that in my brain.
Well, that's
Dave Schultz out there for the Flyers, and here's a chance for the 3-on-1. A low shot trying to get the rebound. He does, but not much mustard as it came off of the pad that time by Pruitt, and the Crimson could not convert. 4:30 left. Back up to Langfield. He's got a goal. His 7th of the season. Stopping is Babineau, and a whistle for another penalty as Babineau draws that penalty, and the Crimson will have another reservation in the sin bin, restaurant sin bin, for 2 minutes.
Yeah, as Dylan Campbell will go. So that's the old Broad Street Boys.
Yeah, the Broad Street Boys.
Yep. As soon as you said they beat him 7-1, I do remember that game, honestly.
Gilles Malache was in goal for the North Stars.
Platooned with Donnie Beaupre back then.
Yep, Bobby Smith scored one of the goals. Hartsburg had another.
That was before the Broughton came on board, I believe, right?
Correct, yeah. I mean, later that month was the gold medal experience. And, oh, my, we're going to get another penalty. And I think there may be some chirping going on. And Brody Peterson goes to the gate. So it'll be 4-on-4.
That was a rough.
For the next minute and 52. Hey, critical time right now. Second period. 4 and change left. 4-3 lead in favor of the Crimson and a 4-on-4. Face off, Sauer. It deflects inside. Still holding his own. This 4-on-4, winning that face off. Critical. Crimson sweeps it back to the near side. Now up at the top, the tip, the shot. Deflection in front. Good rebound pass through at that time. Oh, right on the doorstep. That came off the boards. Flicking in, still holding his own. Left all alone in the corner. Moving it. There's Miller. Miller has it pickpocketed and back the other way is Nadeau. Nadeau has it. 2-on-1. Has Coe on the other side. Scored! What a beautiful top shelf goal. He sniped that one. Nadeau, his second goal of the game. A snipe from just around the dot to the faceoff, and we are tied at 4-4 here in the second period.
Yeah, you watch under. He's got Coe on the far side, and the passing lane was blocked. All he did was just rip it right past the glove of Price. Goal number 2. And I think there was some conversation probably this week on get the puck on the net, Chase. And he has done that and ties it at 4.
2 goals and an assist for Nadeau. And just an outstanding snipe. When the defender went down, you're right, Jim. Says, all right, I got no other option.
Yeah.
I'm going to just risk this one off here. 4-4 tie. They've battled back, coming back, trying to reciprocate the pressure. Here are the Crimson. We're still with the 4-on-4 for the next 45 seconds. Crimson continues to put the pressure on, held at the near point. They look it up, a little give and go back. Now it'll be deflected off to the far wall, and giving chase will be the Crimson. Controlling. Now working it up ice. And out there was Rogers. Skating in back with it, Abbott. Abbott continues to seal off the defender, gets it to that far point, rotating it up top of the face-off circle. Little toe drag to hesitate, puts the shot on. Follow-up shot. This cannot connect on an attempt there by Picconato. Good catch by Pruitt. And back again comes Andover. Just 4 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Into the slot there, taken off the stick of Babineau. Taken to the corner. Babineau battles again to get possession back again. And now back at full possession. Both teams are full strength for both of these squads. 2:19 to play here in the second period. 8 is great. 4 goals apiece. Holding the zone. Keeps it at it. Oh, looked across. Johansson almost gave it up on a breakaway, but still they'll have the numbers. Crimson rush in. Top of the face-off circle there. A blast and a waffle pad save. Carry him to the corner. Shots on goal right now, 19-17. Babineau dangles. That's a snipe, a good wrister that time. Going for that far post, and the save made by Price could not control off the glove save. Again, here come the Crimson. A drop pass, he puts it right on the stick. Good job of hustling back that time was Sanders to pick up on that turnover. 90 seconds left in a fast and furious second period, unable to hold the zone, and Johansson sends it to the corner. Looking to find a cutter up front. This pass all the way through. It will not be ice, so wave it off. Nadeau is there first, trying to hold the zone. A nice play coming to the bench on the line change to hold that zone was Leafblad. A chance and now at center ice. Sauer tries to get after it. Nadeau controls. Outlet pass to Sauer. They were trying to line him up for a check. Just missed. Losing possession just inside the blue line. Nadeau that time trying to put some of his own pressure on and some check action. Coe comes in, goes high on the check. 40 seconds left. And Crimson set this up. Send it through to the near side. Whiffing, Fanning on a chance to hold the zone. Crimson, Coe sends it to Sauer. Sauer, he just says, go hunt, Sauer. He gets it up in the corner again as Coe. Coe to that far point, and a wrister here by Law. Bounces off the pad and then secured by Price.
Well, I tell you what, a couple of things that are to the Huskies' disadvantage is just the length of the of some of these Maple Grove Crimson. I mean, Steenerson 6'5" is just able to outreach, and it kind of shuts down some of the offensive opportunities just with that length.
Off the board, good shot again. You're also seeing Andover just put shots on net.
Yeah.
You can put them toward the net. You can never tell. We saw that with one of the Crimson goals. Just put it near the net, and the deflection got by Pruitt. Wow, you got to love the pace of this game. 3-1 after that first period, and now 4-4 as we're nearing the end of the second. Huskies at 1 point, down 3-0, and you feel just how significant that power play goal was near the end of that first period that they got. A pile up in the corner.
That's a rugby scrum.
There we go. Wow. Shots are 19-19 for both of these teams. Jim, heck of a second period.
Yeah, the Huskies came out, and after just that quick little blip on a possible goal, they really took over. And Chase Nadeau right now is having probably the game of his high school career.
Hey, there you get a look at one of the goals. Hey, when these two teams get together, Maple Grove and Andover, great hockey happens. Can't wait to bring you the third period here on QCTV.
The Andover Community Center. A beautifully renovated building is ready for your next adventure.
So yeah, we're coming up on our 20th anniversary here later this summer. For the ice arena, the facility as a whole, including the YMCA, opened, it'll be 20 years next summer. But yeah, early on in the planning process, the city got together with the YMCA and formed a partnership. So not only do we have our gymnasiums and the 2 ice rinks and walking track, multiple community rooms that are all operated by the city, but then the YMCA has all the fitness, the studios, the pools, obviously all those programs that YMCAs do, and I think it's fair to say it's been a very successful partnership here for coming up on 20 years.
From the growing popularity of pickleball to the walking track, the Andover Community Center offers plenty of activities to suit your needs.
Yeah, so just to hear about 4 years ago, we did a big expansion, added our second sheet of ice, which includes a walking track on the second level, added another gymnasium, multiple community rooms again. But yeah, again, going back to maybe the early folks that designed the building before I was here, you're right, we get a lot of compliments. The black concrete floors, all of the wood beams, all the woodwork through the building. We work really hard as a staff to maintain all these spaces. We took opportunity here this spring actually to do a fair amount of updates. Going on 20 years, it was time to refinish floors and do a lot of painting and that type of stuff. But yeah, it's certainly a beautiful building. You know, we take a lot of pride in the community center here. It's a beautiful facility. I would encourage anybody that's maybe not made it in here to just stop in, visit our information desk. We can take you on a tour, be happy to show you all of the schedules, all the activities, and really just all the opportunities that the community center has, both for residents and non-residents. Also our partnership with the Y, you can stop and visit their desk, talk about Y memberships and all the great programs they run as well. So definitely come and see us. Fun Fest is coming up here in just a few weeks, and that's a great opportunity if you're going to be on the grounds for Andover Fun Fest. Make your way over to the community center. It's a good spot to come cool off a little bit, grab some concessions, whatever you need, and come visit us.
We are Midwest Animal Rescue and Services, aka MARS. We are committed to serving both pet and parent, finding homes for animals that were once lost, left behind, and forgotten, while bringing harmony and enhancing education in our community. We started in 2006 and have a 98% adoption success rate. With the help of our community and people like you, MARS has saved over 21,000 animals. All of our animals live in foster homes as family members. Once they get adopted and go home, they stay home. We have a nonprofit veterinary clinic and dog obedience training services. We are actively supporting both ends of the leash, both people and pets, breaking down barriers and building community. Visit our website, www.midwestanimalrescue.org, to learn more and join our MARS community today.
The city of Andover is in the middle of a meter changeout program. We are working mainly right now from the 1987 to meters in houses that were built in 2000. So that's the year built of the house. This is an example of what are in our older homes. It's an old brass-bodied meter. This one's taken apart already. And these older meters, this is what makes how the meter counts. So it has moving parts in it. And as the meter gets older, it'll start making noise. It'll make this ticking noise, which can be very annoying for residents when mainly when irrigation's running higher flow amounts. And these older meters have this screen in them, and over many, many years, there's small holes in there. They can start to get plugged up, and you'll start to notice, decreased pressure in your home. So that's part of the reason we're changing out too. This is the meter head that counts the flow going through the house. And these old meters, the technology only allowed the meter to count in 1,000 gallons. If you were able to look at this, you would see the single gallons, but when it would actually talk to our radio, this is an example of the new meter we're putting in houses now, and this is the radio that would talk to this meter or an old meter. The difference between the new and the old being this one would talk in 1 gallons, the old meter would talk in 1,000 gallons. May not seem like a big difference, but when we are able to talk in that 1 gallon, we're able to get an alert, say your house is continuing to use 100 gallons an hour, 200 gallons an hour, never goes to zero. That, with our system, it would give us an alert saying, hey, this house on 154th Lane has never stopped using water for the last 24 hours. We would be able to go through our records and try to notify the homeowner by an email or a phone number. If we can't get a hold of anyone and it looks like it's a lot, we would send someone out just to investigate. Say someone's gone on vacation in the winter and the worst happens, a pipe breaks. We would be able to at least try to shut the water off to mitigate any further damage from happening to that house.
So far, they have changed over 1,600 water meters and hope to change out about 3,600 water meters in total. They will continue the process next winter to reach that goal.
The new plastic meters, I don't know if the camera will show it, but it's straight through. There's no moving parts. There's nothing in here to make noise. It's just a chamber that goes straight through with like 2 magnets that are sending a little magnetic field through that stream of water. That's how we're able to, get our reading. So no things to click or make noise or, annoy anyone in the middle of the night when the irrigation turns on. So that's kind of an overview of our meter change-out program and some of the reasons why we're doing that.
If you have questions about your water meter or to set up a time to change your meter, you can contact Andover City Hall.
Tonight we're here at the Anoka County Sheriff's Office and we're collecting donations, both supplies and cash, to support an organization called Hope for Youth. It's an organization we've partnered with for many years to help bring an end to housing insecurity for youth here in the Metro.
Hope for Youth is a nonprofit, and we have been around for only 12, 13 years, but we are here committed to ending youth homelessness. We do that by providing pathways that truly end their experience of being on the streets. This is our 9th year that we are working with the community to raise funds and receive donations. It's a chilly night for us. We do it every November because we want the community to be thinking about what would it be like if I was out in the cold.
I would imagine a lot of the folks who are watching QCTV right now are probably doing so on their couch, in their warm living room, or in their stable housing and home. And when we see youth that are struggling, one of the things we see is they don't have a base. And I can't imagine trying to build a life or build a future without having that security of a warm, safe place to live. Kids that don't feel safe, they struggle. And that's why we're here trying to intervene on the front end so that they're not struggling.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
This year, we've expanded to 3 locations. We're here at the Anoka County Sheriff's Office. We also are taking donations at our Hope for Youth Center right in Anoka, right off of 4th Street. As well as the Blaine Police Department is rallying. They're out in the cold tonight at the Tom Ryan Park. We welcome all. We are here and we want to be a support system to you. We have no judgment. You don't need an appointment to come to our facility in Anoka. We also have a transitional housing facility, Hope Place, by which those that are ready for independent living, we're ready to open those doors for you as well. We used to use the fancy trailer, but now it's official.
So yeah,
And I'm like, oh my gosh, where do you stop? Right? I want to say thank you to the community. We would not be able to do what we do. The lives wouldn't be changed if our community partners, our community friends didn't come beside us. So thank you.
So Grinch, if you could, with all your sassiness, come on over here. All right, if everybody wants to do a countdown, we can start at 10, 9, 8.
Welcome back to the third period here at the Andover Community Center. And I mentioned when these two teams get at it, they create some great games. 4-4 as we head to the third. There's a way, a quick shot in the goal there. Put them back up by 2 goals. The Crimson then on a doorstep, Langfield picks up his 7th of the season off the rebound. High pressure here, and the Huskies there draw to within 1 goal. Large goal by Thackeray, and look at this laser. Filthy. 1 word, 2 syllables. Filthy by Nato. He ties it up at 4-4 in that third period, and that's where we stand. You hear the bells ringing. It's like the 15th round at a heavyweight boxing match as we get going on this matinee matchup on Saturday afternoon. Joe Rulland, Jim Childs, and Jim, everything we thought it would be.
Absolutely it is. And, we talked about the best period for the Huskies is period number 2. The best period for the Crimson is period number 3. They have outscored their opponents by 7, 19-12. So we'll see if the Huskies can come out and keep that intensity that they had going through the second period here, Joe, and they win the faceoff.
I put on my Minnesota Twins necklace. Hardly noticeable to the naked eye. And that'll get us some momentum as we go to the third, and this game has not lacked momentum as you've seen the shifts and the moves, and right now the Crimson dump it in and hunt for that puck. A team came in, both of these teams. It was Andover had scored 35 goals coming in for today's matchup, and 37 for Crimson. But both of them have exploded. Some good shift changes and transition goals. To the corner, whipping it around, on the backhand. The Huskies are going to try to work it out. And again, sometimes Andover's getting caught on trying to get the breakouts. And I'll tell you, Maple Grove has done a great job with really obstructing the progress on their breakouts. Shot, goal, unbelievable. A filthy goal. Top of the faceoff circle. Lutkett gives the Huskies their first goal of the game, 5-4. Just 2 minutes in to the second period.
Yeah, Lujan with a outstanding shot. He just ripped that. Let's see if it. Boy, he just had a screen on, and Price just couldn't find it. What a great shot, and wow.
Oh, my. An impressive goal, and it's the third of the year for Owen, the junior. And I mean, he just let it rip. Back again, trying to reciprocate. Follow up, goal, tie, 5-5. Crimson reciprocates in a hurry, attacks the net. And we are not at Nichols on the goal that time.
Yeah,
and it looks like, I think it was 21 or
21. Jaden Roach was. It looked like he swung and missed on the first one. He's able to get it back on his stick again, and then Pruitt had over pursued at that point, and it landed right back on his stick and put it in the back of the net.
He looked like that was like an Ovi-like goal.
Yeah.
Ovechkin getting down on that knee and burying it down. Now left alone, shot save again. Boy, they're getting behind the defense that time. It looked like they were going to be able to clear, but Crimson that time jumped in front of that blue line and found a player and a teammate down low just outside the blue, and Pruitt had to make a fantastic save to keep this at 5-5.
Yeah, great too. Well, this is kind of what we expected, Joe, wasn't it? I mean, this is at Maple Grove Andover hockey, and just back and forth, great intensity,
terrific tempo.
Yes,
and just some great play, 2-on-1. Rolls ahead off the stick there of Andover, but they get it back for the shot that misses the net. Ends up at center ice, and the Huskies promptly send it right back to the corner here under 15 to play, as both teams have exchanged goals to begin this third period. Now near side, carrying, good hands, good pass, drop pass, shot, whistles over the top of the goal, now to the corner. I mean, I'm telling you, my new Twins necklace has just some swag. It's really brought it back.
Well, it's got a Maple Grove goal so far, so yeah.
And what a third it's been. It matches the tempo of this whole game. A block, trying to pick it up was Rick Lee and trying to get that shorthander, but way in front to get there first. He'll head to the bench for the line change, and Dylan Campbell is there for the Crimson. Dumping back in now, trying to corral it there is Rogers. Up ahead to Sauer. Sauer drops it. Pass back behind to Peterson. Peterson just like a half a step ahead. Good eyes by Coe as he dropped that across the ice from one face-off circle to the other, but the Crimson got back to disrupt and diffuse that scoring opportunity.
Yeah, you said great pass and smart decision by Price. A little bumping going on afterwards. Expected in the third period after an emotional type game like this.
A little reset on the drop of the puck. Nichols each early in this third. Huskies trying to take 5 of the last 6 with W's, and a shot by Law. Fender gets a stick on it for the Crimson, and that was enough to send it into the netting. The stick was by Kuznick. Corner brought up near center ice. Race to the puck now evolves. An opportunity emerges in front. Doorstep scores! Emerging and getting to the front of the net. In a matter of a hiccup, this Crimson team, they can score and score in a hurry, and Rouchet, I believe, is going to get credit for that goal.
Yeah, Rouchet, that's 2 in a couple of minutes, and that lands right on his stick. Drew Law a little late on getting back over for help, but Rouchet with a great move right past Pruitt.
For Rouchet, he's now total of 6 goals on the season. A 6-5 lead. Doesn't that score sound familiar?
I don't think we're going to end that way.
Ahead. Wristed, and I'll tell you, this game has just been to watch the skill and the speed and the execution. It's just not a good day to be a goalie.
No.
Back behind now, circle in front, trying to get the deflection. It bounces into blue, trying to put a stick and put it by Price. The Huskies are tied up. Back out, neutralized. Kuznick gets an assist. Babineau now takes it back and puts it off the board ahead. Now to Langfield. Langfield, nice pass across. A wrister here right on, and no one in front. Seeing it all the way was Price to make that glove save.
Yeah, we've seen really some quick changes and not a lot of long shifts right now as they're trying to conserve as you get towards the end of the period.
Just under 13 to play. 3 goals already scored here in this third period. We started 4 apiece. Now a 6-5 lead for the Crimson. Right behind, they're trying to draw up a plan, and disrupting that is Nato. Takes the Crimson player to the ice, and a breakout now for Andover. They'll send it back halfway through. Now Law off his stick. Penalty coming up as Law was just trying to get back to the puck, and he accidentally tripped the Crimson player, and they will get the power play.
Well, both teams have been really strong on the power play so far tonight. Andover with two power play goals, and the Crimson with 1. See right there. Unintentional, but trip nonetheless.
It is. 1-goal lead already in the Crimson. In that first period, a 3-0 lead, and the Huskies battled back to actually take the lead early here in this third period. But 2 unanswered goals for the Crimson, and now they're on the man advantage. Ahead, kicked right back again. The Crimson again on the season. 28% proficiency on the power play. They'll kick it back again inside the blue line. Pass across that time to Rouchet. Gets it back to Rouchet. Top of the faceoff circle. He looks up and misplays the puck as a result. Huskies there to send it length to the ice via Sauer, and they'll reset. Still 1:15 on the man advantage for the Crimson, who came into this game 7-6-1. Pile up along the half wall, and the Huskies pick it up. Babineau puts it off the boards. He'll win the brace to the corner. See if they can get a shot. He centers one dangerously right in front. A nice play by Babineau, but now it's on the stick for Crimson as they were in full stride near the dot of the faceoff circle. Drops it off again. Here's a wrister from the top of the dot, and that's deflected, and we'll get ourselves a faceoff. That was Abbott with that shot from the dot.
Brochet had a chance for a natural hat trick right there, and 2 of the last goals, and a natural hat trick in about 5 minutes of playing time.
45 seconds remaining on the power play. Controlling Maple Grove as they win the face-off and set up their man advantage strategy here. Dropping it in top of the face-off circle, cutting down low, looking in front, just between the skates. A tough pass as it locked up his teammate there, number 14, as he tried to get control. That was Custerman. Had a good look, but tight end. Shot here just inside the blue line. That was by Picanato. Controls at that far board, top of the face-off circle. Another shot above the dot. Nicely blocked that time by Babineau. They still hold the zone. Back in front, another save again by Cash Cruitt. And back at full strength are the Huskies. Still holding this puck. Getting down to block a second shot here on this shift. Here's Babineau. And Nato. Nato's got to feel like, hey, I got the zone. He takes it to the corner, looks for a teammate. Does it across. One-timer by Sauer. And a pad save. Kick to the near corner. Beautiful setup by Nato. And a good shot by Sauer. Even a better save. That time by Price. Under 10 to play. This third period. 6-5 lead for the Crimson. Into the corner they go. Hard collision. Pinching in. Rogers puts it back to the corner. Sauer trying to hold the zone. And Lutkin, who picked up the go-ahead goal for Andover in this third period to give him a 5-4 lead, has that puck soar over his head for the ice.
Yeah, you mentioned Nato feeling it. Boy, he did there. And he had KJ Sauer, who just hit on the heel of his stick. He didn't quite get all of it, but what a great setup again by a guy who's having a heck of a night tonight.
A ring, no-look pass between the legs, put onto the stick of a teammate. And moved off that time. The stick there of the Crimson. Just in front of us. Collision knocks free the puck, and back will come the Crimson. A backhanded, almost looked like a saucer pass on the backhand. It goes all the way through. And now the Huskies on the transition move in. Setting up, dropping. Peterson is ready to go in. Now he digs for it, and it finds its way. The puck back to Law at center ice. And he'll take it back and set it up. Across the way to Sauer. Steenerson got the better avenue. Angle to the puck, and Crimson will now break out. Poke checked away nicely and picking it back up. Here's a look now for Andover on the turnover. Arister, low pad save. Beautifully done. Stack up in the blue. They continue to play. I thought they were going to hear the whistle. Back again the other way is the Crimson. Trying to swat at it there is Ovitt. Top of the face-off circle. Arister, a little toe drag, and then Picanato put the shot on. And Babineau's had 3 blocked shots here in this third period alone. That one kind of stung.
Yeah, he's had a couple that have left a mark. That one for sure. But what a great job as a captain. You got to do stuff like that. You got to lead by example, and he has, especially in this third period.
And Price stymied Andover, but there was a mini pileup. I'm shocked they didn't stop play.
Yeah, and Coach Manny was just asking that question. Why was it not stopped at that time?
Winning that face-off, the Crimson. At the near side, now take it down low. That's to Ovitt. Ovitt circles back behind and was it to the near point. A pirouette, a wrister, rings it off the glass. That was Picanato. Picanato has it again. He's moving in. Toe drag, a shot. A wrister flutters over the top of the goal. Links to a stick. Projecting that and sending it over the net by a Huskies defenseman. Picanato gets to the blue line. Gets a little nudge from Babineau. Sends it in. Babineau now reciprocated by Picanato. Absorbed the check. Law brings it back again. Finally, Andover able to move it out to center ice, but they don't have control of the puck. And pinching in to send it back in was Kuznick. Bouncing puck settled. Pass right at center ice on the logo. Here they come. Another rush. Big pad. Follow-up. Save! Oh, no! A beautiful follow-up. And a hat trick for Jaden Rouchet on the rebound. And, boy, you couldn't have drawn that up any more perfect. As they just came in with a hard wrister. There you see it.
Yeah, and a big rebound. Juicy rebound lands right on the stick of number 21, Jaden Rouchet. And Rouchet, natural hat trick. They're going to keep that puck.
Rouchet, that's goal number 7 on the season and the hat trick. And now a 7-5 lead. Poke checked away. That natural hat trick. I've kind of lost track of who scored what goals. I think that was his third consecutive.
Yeah, that was his third. That was a natural hat trick by Shea. He's got all 3 here in the third period.
Thackeray puts this shot on. And now back again. Good job there by Lutkin to prevent another breakaway that Rouchet would have had he not redirected the puck. High stick the whistle. 6:43 to go. One word, 3 syllables for this game: explosive.
You are absolutely right.
Wow.
The Huskies have their top season output is 6, and now they're 1 away from that. Maple Grove scored 9 against Osseo, but other than that, they have 9 against Osseo, 9 against Chanhassen.
Well, both teams have certainly unleashed that offensive attack to this season. Huskies winning 4 of their last 5 coming in to this matchup. And early in this third period held a 5-4 lead. Coe drops it there on the weave. Back to his teammates, and below the dot, the breakout cannot connect. This one goes the distance, but it's going to be on goal. And Cash decides I better hold on to this disc while I have it here, and they'll bring the face-off all the way back down. This is back to rather the Huskies' end of the ice. 5:56 to go, and the way this game is going, 2 goals is not that much to recover from. I don't know what kind of juice you have in your legs at this point, because the game has had such a high, intense tempo.
Well, one penalty could change the complexion on this game, immediately. We say the next goal is the most important goal. Well, it certainly is on this.
Yeah, turnover away from cutting this deficit in half. Lining up, trying to put up a big check there was Nato. Coming back is Law. He doesn't mind that contact. Shot from the dot, and the follow-up as it put right on the stick of Abbott after the collision behind the net. Slipping back up is Braid. In front, Sluthering, turning, firing. I'm not sure if that was a save or hit traffic before it got to Cruitt, but nonetheless, the Huskies have it now on the breakout. Quick pass in, trying to gain the line, but they're at the end of their shift, just trying to get to the bench. Babineau puts a check on in that corner, and the now a chance to float it back out, and Rogers circles in his own end. What a chance here now, 2-on-1 again. A wrister pad save made, trying to go short side was Kuznick on Cash. Huskies need to get back onside. They just missed that time. Brought in offside.
Langfield just couldn't hold that leg on the blue line, and Rogers pulled it back as a Crimson came up, and they had a nice. They had some numbers on that.
Yeah, you got to look at the Class 2A rankings as well. You've got those Spuds up top. They're still playing strong. Their collision off on that side looks extremely painful. That was Rickley. I'll get a number back in.
Now Jack Murphy, who just got taken out by his own boards.
420. They just keep putting a nice save that time on a backhand sweep that got to the pads of Pruitt. Andover will now carry in, gains the line. Rickley's shot here, gets the rebound, gets that kicked rebound, and now out at half wall, being controlled beyond the blue line. Crimson kick it off a skate, now to the corner. They try to center a backhand. That time by Peterson, almost went right to the stick at a Crimson player waiting. Just inside the red line, a whistler to that far corner. 3.5 to play here in this third period. It is a 2-goal lead for the Crimson. They have put up 3 goals. The Huskies have tallied once in this third, hence the 7-5 lead. And that Class 2A rankings, Jim, it looks pretty good. I mean, you're still looking at Moorhead. Their loss came early in the season.
Yeah, it did. It came to Edina. First game of the season. They are on a 13-game win streak, including their only 2 losses to the St. Thomas Academy. They've also beaten Edina. They are absolutely one of the top teams. We got a chance to see them earlier this year. They are good.
And certainly a team that the Huskies will be keeping an eye on too is Grand Rapids. They're now ranked number 10, and they have a 5-game win streak. Coming into this weekend, there's a hard shot. Cash could not collect it to freeze it, and it's still there in front. Right now, it's Crimson looks like they're hitting another gear.
Yeah, every loose puck seems to be landing on their stick.
Sauer shot is deflected, does not make it to Price, and it's lifted through neutral ice, and Law will be there. Sauer tried to give and go back to Thackeray. That was disrupted by the Crimson. Wow, what a hard wrister that time by Braid. Missed the net, going for the far post and going for that 8th goal of the game. Good direction here as the puck floats back to the Crimson. Picked it up now. Langfeld on the doorstep, then trying to lift it over the top was Babideau. A good feed that time. Unable to capitalize. 2:20 to play, and we will get a face-off. The one thing I look at also on these standings is, hey, Rosemont, we said that. Rosemont, 14-1, we said earlier that their only loss came to Andover on December 26th. Then you got Rogers to contend with. Rogers has their one loss, and that one loss came to St. Thomas Academy. Rogers coming out of that Section 5. And
that's going to be a tight section. You got Rogers, Maple Grove, and Blaine, along with Champlain Park. Champlain Park's having a nice season as well.
Centennial last year knocked off Maple Grove to prevent them from returning to the state. Now trying to settle. Babineau puts a shot on. Charging in. Loose puck. Pad save. Karams to the corner. Backhander. 2-on-1 opportunity now. The numbers for the Crimson. Pass from the dot. Shovel save and swallowed up into the midsection by Cash Cruitt.
Yeah, great save by Cash. He anticipated the pass over there, able to move laterally quickly, and Hoover that one up, or Dyson that one up. I don't know what I don't even if they make Hoovers anymore. I don't know.
$1:49 face-off will come to the left of Cruitt. See how long they keep him in net. If in fact they do. Toe drag that time by Peterson, but he pulls it to the corner, misses the net. Cruitt kind of watching how things evolve on this near end, and he gets back between the pipes. A beautiful no-look pass and tried to go 5-hole. Denied by Cash Cruitt. Passes, dimes, apples, assists coming left and right from the forwards here for the Crimson. And that was a beautiful pass off the boards. He was falling to the ice. The Crimson player centered it perfectly there, but Cruitt was up for the task and the save.
That reminds me of Landon Gunderson, one of those Maple Grove players that I think would have been a senior this year, and is in the. I think he's with the developmental team.
And yeah, he is. And you know, they are just relentless right here, and just high power, high octane. Hey, not only speed but talent for both of these teams. You know, hey, a loss isn't a good thing, but seeing them play at this high level for the Huskies, hope that gets them into that piece again. They got another matchup coming up next week against the number 10 ranked team in the state in Grand Rapids. Carry in, Cash is to the bench. Cruitt on the bench, extra attacker on, looking at an empty netter, and they probably will get it here. No, missing the side of the net. A good look that time by Barber. Cannot connect. 45 seconds left, extra attacker on. They're unable to clear, and a goal is scored just inside the blue line by Cale Braid. His 5th goal of the season. Huskies try to get a paw, a stick, anything on it, and cannot, as he held the zone and stepped into a wrister to bury it. 8-5. 13 goals combined by these teams this afternoon.
Well, what's amazing is, you can see this open net goal and shoot fish in a barrel. Andover came in averaging 2.5 goals a game, and Maple Grove averaging just 2.85 goals a game. So offensive explosion by both teams.
Zach Price will pick up the winning goal, 7-6-1 with 30 seconds left. In his career, he's 25-8 overall. Price, that is. Far side, rotating the puck around. They move so well and skate so strong.
Yeah, great chemistry on the ice, Joe. I mean, they just
they cycle,
yep,
move it, create space.
So I think Rogers is going to have their hands full when they end up meeting the Crimson. They've got 2 games and the sectional playoffs coming up.
Trying to move in to pull the trigger on a shot, disrupted. Side of the corner here, we're at the end. And this is a final 8-5, Jim. The Huskies take the defeat. They move to 4-11, but your thoughts on the game and the effort?
Well, it was another good game between 2 really high-powered teams. The Huskies will get back on the ice against Robbinsdale Armstrong Cooper coming up next Thursday. But, there's a lot of good things to build on for the Huskies, especially the performance of the Chase Nadeau, who was kind of one of the new offensive heroes for the Huskies.
Well, hey, it was a bumper crop Saturday afternoon here in terms of bumper crop of goals scored.
Yes.
13, a baker's dozen combined both teams. As an 8-5 win for the Crimson over the Andover Huskies. And again, with that win, the Crimson now move to 8-6-1. The Huskies to 4-11. Hey, great production. Thank you for everybody in the truck and that effort as well with the camera. And Jim Giles, great to work with you again.
You as well, Joe.
Hey, another time next week we'll get at it. Joe Rilland for the whole QCTV sports presentation. Thanks for joining us. Have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price. Lutkin